What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. This will be a recap for Welcome to Derry episode 7, The Black Spot, which just got done airing on HBO, or if you watched it on HBO Max, that's fine as well. What a phenomenal episode. The show just keeps getting better and better. But episode 7 started with a flashback in 1908. We're at the local carnival or circus-like event in Derry. People are gathered to be entertained by Pennywise, the dancing clown, the real one, I should say. He comes out and makes the audience laugh uncontrollably for about a minute or two. He does his signature dance that went viral when the movie dropped in 2017, and a bunch of kids hop on stage to mimic this dance. After the show, we see Pennywise cleaning off his makeup and talking to his daughter, who we know to be Ingrid. She's dressing up as Periwinkle to impress her father. Ingrid seems startled by the mention of the name because it was her mother's stage name, but she decides to embrace it. The two share a sweet father-daughter moment, and then we cut to later that night. Pennywise is smoking and drinking before his next show. A noise from the woods startles him. A young boy steps out to expose himself, but remains silent while staring at Pennywise. He says the children seem drawn to him and he can't find his parents. Pennywise refuses to help the boy find them because he's busy, but a woman's scream convinced him to go investigate with the young boy, and I assume that was the last of the real Pennywise, and then the entity, of course, took over his form for many years. Ingrid is shown wandering the circus looking for her father. A man in a top hat shows her a bloody napkin or something that belonged to her father, and she starts assuming the worst and breaks into tears. We cut back to modern day. A bunch of men, just how episode 6 ended, approach the black spot while everyone continues to party inside. They barge in barking orders and scaring everyone. They demand Hank and promise to go away if they get him. Halloran walks out and tells the men this is just a rec facility for military personnel. Hank comes out and says he doesn't want any bloodshed spilled over him and he'll come quietly, but others refuse to give Hank over without a fight. They draw their guns and prepare to make a move if it comes to it. An intense standoff happens, but the men decide to leave without any problems. This is all, of course, is just a trick as they start chaining the doors shut and set fire to the black spot. Hank tries to keep Ronnie and her friends safe with Halloran as bodies start dropping and the fire grows around them all. Marge burns her arm during all the chaos, and Rich tries to comfort her. Halloran tries to escape but is constantly distracted by what his shine forces him to see. Pennywise appears outside and starts tricking some of the people who made it out. Ronnie stumbles onto him and runs away in fear as he eats someone's face in front of her. Halloran is distracted by Pennywise while trying to protect Ronnie. Bauer stands outside and says it's time to go because there's no way anyone inside, including Hank, will be making it out of this alive. Halloran helps Will and Ronnie escape and tries to help Rich and Marge too before the roof falls on them. Rich ends up sacrificing himself so Marge can live. He shares a really sweet moment with her during this too. It was honestly very cute and innocent. Rich went out like an absolute legend in my eyes. I'm going to miss that character. Periwinkle stalks the burning black spot, and Pennywise kills someone in front of her. She says she knew her father wouldn't be able to resist the black spot carnage and bows for him when he requested. Pennywise says come to Papa and he hugs her. He tells her he has to go, but Ingrid doesn't want to be abandoned. Ingrid realizes this isn't her father and Pennywise admits to eating him. Pennywise exposes the deadlights, causing Ingrid to float, and we cut back to the burned down black spot. Firefighters find Marge and let her out. She finds Rich's body and hugs him while crying on his shoulder. Ronnie comes in and starts crying as well, as does Will. This scene really was magical because of how likable the kids have been since day one. Ingrid is being carted out and is still alive. Marge says one last goodbye to Rich, and Will and Ronnie hug her. Hanlon and Charlotte pull up to comfort Will. Charlotte takes the kids into the woods to see Hank. Hanlon sits down with Halloran and asks if he's all right. He says no, and we keep cutting back and forth between his shine and what the others can see around him, which of course is nothing. Charlotte and the kids make it to Hank. He says he's okay, and Charlotte says he has to get out of here. Halloran tells Hanlon Pennywise isn't here anymore and it's probably gone back to sleep for another 27 years. Halloran reveals where one of the pillars are, and all he has to do is keep following this woman he's been seeing the whole episode. Hanlon tells Charlotte to take Hank back to their house in Derry and promises the worst is behind them. Lily is shown hearing the news of the black spot while her mother watches her at the breakfast table, refusing to eat anything. Rose tells her friends that the feeding cycle of Pennywise is complete and 23 people died at the black spot. She reminds them to focus on the lives saved because of how they kept Pennywise in its cage. At the dig site, Shaw and Hanlon talk to Halloran. Shaw tells Halloran to head back to base and get some rest. When Shaw leaves, Halloran spots the woman again. At home, Charlotte helps Hank get cleaned up and tells Will not to leave and she'll be back in an hour. Ronnie and Marge bike around town to Lily's house. Her mother lets Ronnie and Marge in to see her. They talk about the black spot and how Rich died. At the clubhouse, the girls mourn Rich some more. At the dig site, the soldiers find a turtle shell with something inside of it. Looks like one of the pillars, but they load it up and Hanlon is told to stand down. Since Pennywise is asleep, they have a change of plans regarding the pillars. Daniel sees them loading up the pillar and runs off to go tell Rose, I assume. Charlotte and Hank go to see Rose. They want help trying to get Hank and his family across the border since everyone believes he is dead. Daniel storms in saying they might have a problem. At base, Hanlon holds everyone at gunpoint and requests them to stop trying to destroy the pillar. Shaw tells Hanlon and everyone else to put the guns down and invites Hanlon up to have a word. Hanlon says the whole thing isn't even about Russia, is it? Shaw says the greatest threat is within. America is so divided and he wants to stop another civil war. Hanlon realizes he never planned to cage Pennywise. Shaw wants to release it to keep Americans in check. Hanlon says Shaw is crazy and puts a gun to his head, but Hanlon is quickly stopped as the pillar is destroyed. Shaw says Hanlon doesn't realize it, but his actions today may save this country. Hanlon storms off, displaying a look of disrespect towards Shaw and the entire process. In the sewers, we are shown Pennywise sleeping, but his eyes open. At home, Will answers a phone call from Ronnie. He apologizes to her and talks about Rich dying. The voice is actually Pennywise taunting Will, and he says he's done being scared. But when he turns around, Pennywise is in his home and stuns him with the deadlights. So what did you guys think about The Black Spot? Again, I thought this was a tremendous episode. The heartfelt moments really hit you. Again, losing Rich, that was such a powerful death because they have done such a tremendous job building up the characters, making you care about them, making you want to see them win against Pennywise, even though we kind of already know what their fates seem to be. Let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course, to let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you would like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.